What's up, Comic Verse? I'm Connor, and I'm here with Jordan Gibson. An amazing colorist, illustrator. He's done stuff for Marvel, DC, Image, Monkey Brain Comics, Comics Alliance. He was a colorist on Original Sin. So excited to be here. And we were just wondering, off the bat, what brought you into comics? You know, how did you get your start in the field, and kind of how did you get it started?
Yeah, mostly it was just going to cons like this and meeting people. Eventually from there, like, you make a couple friends, and then they'll start like being like, oh, do you want to flat? Actually, most of it was flatting different colorists and stuff, and like through that, like I flatted Paul Mayberry, who's an artist from Austin, yeah. And Jordi Belair, who is coloring everything pretty much.
Right. Well, speaking of kind of meeting people and working with other people, your color work is like really unique, at least and to us. It's caught our eyes so much. We were wondering kind of what influences your art, and what kind of things you take from when you're doing work.
My biggest influences are probably like Batman the Animated Series, and like Bruce Timm was like huge. Like, I would not be doing any of this if not for that, and I feel like from that I kind of went and got into a lot of similar kind of guys, like Darwin Cook, when that was huge to me. New Frontier was like one of the biggest books ever, and then like kind of leapfrogging from there, like Michael Cho and a lot of guys who kind of have that similar sort of style. And then more recently I kind of got into like also like retro anime and manga and stuff, like 60s, 70s. Yeah. Okay. And that, I feel like, and that's how some people have told me what they like about it, is it feels like a combination of those two, like Silver Age and like 60s manga, and that sounds awesome to me. That's kind of what I want it to feel like. So
in terms of kind of, you've done a lot of character reinterpretations, your kind of takes on some classic heroes, characters from different comics. Do you have a process you go through to kind of choose which character you're going to reinterpret, or does something kind of just catch your eye? Like, can you describe that a little bit?
Yeah, it kind of just depends. Like, I know that originally when I do stuff for like Project Rooftop or something, there would be like a set thing, and I'd get really excited to just like for Aquaman or something, it was like, oh, what do I do with this guy? He's really cool, but I don't know. You just kind of like work off of what, like I'd look up like, oh, like maybe wetsuits and like different kind of like what fish are cool. So it just is kind of like stuff like that, like just trying to make, usually I'll try to take something like some Golden Age or Silver Age aspects that I like and try to reinterpret them and make them a little more modern. And I usually go back and look at like their first costume and see if there's anything I can pull from that maybe hasn't been pulled from yet, or something that I can focus on.
And do you have anything that you're reading right now that you kind of that catches your eye, kind of influences you, inspires?
Yeah, kind of stuff. I feel like I'm gonna forget stuff.
That's fine.
Bat manga is huge to me, and also there's a Spider-Man manga from the 70s that is like so cool. If you like Bat manga, look up the Spider-Man manga. Black Widow, Krasani's Black Widow. Batgirl just wrapped up. That was great. Actually, Howard the Duck that Joe does, and
you assisted on coloring that?
Yeah, I've been helping the past like 4 or 5 issues or something. I've been helping color, so yeah, it's super fun. Yeah.
And in terms of kind of your upcoming work, on Free Comics Day, you announced that you were working on a webcomic, Mighty Hero Mantis. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah. So like Japanese Spider-Man, the show, is like one of my favorite things ever. And I like started getting into more of like tokusatsu, which is like Japanese hero TV shows. And I just kind of want to take everything I like from all of those and just put it into a thing. And I'm going to try and do that with that. So it's just going to be like I also, Bethany, my girlfriend, and I really like Forze, which is a recent Kamen Rider series. And that's like, gives me the kind of feels that like All-Star Superman gives people and stuff. Like, it's just really hopeful and like about being friends with everybody. It's great. So there'd be like stuff like that, and I kind of want to like, yeah, it's definitely, there's going to be a lot of Japanese Spider-Man-ness in there as well.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for talking to us. Yeah, and what's up, Comics Verse? We're going to be covering Mighty Hero Mantis on comicsverse.com, so check it out. When it comes out, you should be super excited. This was Jordan Gibson. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, thanks.